Hey guys, I'm Madison Mills and I'm here to quickly catch you up on the news that you need to know to pretend like you're an informed citizen. You might remember when you were applying to colleges that there was a little box you could check off if you were considered a first-generation college student. But what does that term even mean? I'm Madison Mills and this is College Now. I'm doing a quick search on Amazon right now and I can already see several modems that are around $60 to buy in total. With the growing popularity of drones, firefighters are concerned that the legislation won't keep up with the technology. But that hasn't stopped drone users from fighting to keep drones like this in the sky. Thanks guys, I'm live at the campus center where the first USG presidential and vice presidential debate is about to start up in this room behind me. Many high school seniors are spending their spring semester waiting by the mailbox, hoping that the college of their dreams will send them the beloved big envelope. I spoke with Reverend Sharpton earlier and he said that protests like this one will encourage the Academy to include a more diverse group of nominees in next year's Oscar season. Hey guys, I'm Madison Mills and I'm here to quickly catch you up on the news that you need to know to pretend like you're an informed citizen. Whether you've been too hungover to care or too busy with midterms to actually watch the news, I'm going to catch you up in 60 seconds or less. First, we have a worldwide travel alert. The State Department told U.S. citizens today that traveling is risky for Americans because of potential threats from terrorists. The alert is kind of weird because it basically says we don't know anything, so be super afraid just in case. As scary as that is, keep in mind that we've already had 3 of these alerts in the past 4 years without any major attacks happening afterwards. Alright, so next we have Brussels. The city's on lockdown while police are looking for one of the 8 Paris attackers. 21 people have been arrested in Belgium where police say the attacks might have been planned. But now officials are saying, oh, whoops, sorry, none of you are actually the bad guy that we were looking for. Yeah, that's pretty much as terrifying as it sounds, but despite the craziness in Brussels, locals responded to the lockdown with none else than pictures of cats. Officials asked everyone to shut up about the lockdown on social media so terrorists wouldn't know what was going on. So locals responded with hilarious photos of their cats on Twitter using the hashtag #BrusselsLockdown. Alright, so now you have at least 3 things you can discuss at Thanksgiving dinner that don't relate to family conflict. If you want to hear more of our news coverage, check out our brand new series, BuzzFeed Now. There's only one way to get this shot. This footage is from Connor Sullivan, a drone hobbyist. Luckily on that day, he didn't collide with anything.
Having the bigger picture in a video makes it a lot more cinematic.
Sullivan uses his drone to make videos for his YouTube channel. He closely follows the work of other drone photographers. But in terms of drone regulations,
I don't follow as closely as I probably should.
And he's not the only one. Drone users who don't follow federal regulations are giving firefighters yet another obstacle to overcome in this year's fire season.
The people that are in those aircraft up there, they're in a much different position than a person that's flying a drone from the ground.
The FAA expects drone hobbyists to comply with flight restrictions. This includes rules against flying near emergency situations like wildfires. CAL FIRE recently launched a PSA urging hobbyists to remember.
If you fly, we can't.
The campaign was launched after multiple drones forced pilots to retreat during a fire over the Cajon Freeway this summer.
That whole fire probably could have been put to rest in its very early stages if those drones had not gotten in the way and stopped the aircraft from flying.
You may think a drone is too small to affect a big chopper, but some drones can weigh up to 55 pounds. And for pilots flying at high speeds,
these things, they're big enough that there's no question they could bring an aircraft down or certainly go through the windshield and incapacitate the pilot.
With the growing popularity of drones, firefighters are concerned that the legislation won't keep up with the technology. Pilots have already reported over 650 drone sightings this year alone. But that hasn't stopped drone users from fighting to keep drones like this in the sky.
It was basically a ban on technology.
Alan Hagman joined the National Press Photographers Association in their fight against an anti-drone bill. The legislation would have criminalized drone use over private property in California. Governor Jerry Brown decided to veto the anti-drone bill.
It's just kind of a draconian, outdated regulation, and I think they realized that through a lot of news organizations fighting it.
But the press still is unhappy with federal drone regulations, which don't allow drones to operate for commercial use. Hagman says this unfairly limits journalists.
I can air drone footage that you shoot, but I can't go out and shoot that myself.
He also hopes that hobbyists won't ruin it for the press.
If a drone drowns a helicopter and somebody dies in that fire, that drone pilot's responsible for that.
But until further legislation is passed, hobbyists like Sullivan will keep using drones to make films with images that fly off the screen. Reporting for Annenberg TV News, I'm Madison Mills. If you're watching the same TV series on Netflix again just to avoid paying for cable, you may want to invest in your own cable modem. I'm Madison Mills, and this is College Now. Comcast announced early this month that they would be raising the price of their rental cable modems from $8 to $10 per month, meaning the modems would cost $120 per year. But buying your own modem takes very little effort and can end up costing far less than a rental. I'm doing a quick search on Amazon right now, and I can already see several modems that are around $60 to buy in total. That means if I were to keep these modems for at least 7 months, it would be cheaper to buy my own than to rent it each month from Comcast. The best way to go about this process is to locate the model number on the modem that Comcast provides for you. Look the modem up on Amazon or some other search engine to find a cheaper alternative, then send the original back to Comcast. Now there is a small catch. If you buy your own modem, you will have to install it yourself, but Comcast representatives will walk you through the process over the phone. So if you're tired of watching Hulu and Netflix and you're longing for the TV viewing experience of your youth, consider buying your own cable modem. Because if you're already paying for cable, you're giving Comcast enough of your money. From USA Today College, I'm Madison Mills.